Matt Nagy says Justin Fields will start against the Cleveland Browns. Andy Dalton's got the old bone bruise in the knee.
Yep.
And so it begins. Unless Dalton is healthy next week. Unless Justin Fields balls out. And interestingly enough, it is in the state of Ohio, where he will be making his first career start. Cleveland. Oh, first of all, I can't wait. Because you got all those Browns fans who are also Ohio State fans. And they'll be just like, I can't compute.
I'm conflicted.
Oh, this is great. I'm loving that. You know I've got the napkin tucked in and the knife and fork. That's a delicious meal for me to chew on. But I'll be consistent. This is why Justin Fields should have been starting against the Rams in week 1. Not ready, doesn't do this, but let him take his lumps. Yeah, he's not ready for Aaron Donald, but now he's got to be ready for Myles Garrett. What's the difference?
Not a lot.
The difference is we had to do it. We had to do it. Well, invariably, you're going to have to do it. I thought it would invariably be you had to do it because the howls from the fan base would just make it an untenable situation. But to Nagy's credit, he's sticking to his guns the entire time. Plan was to keep him out as long as possible and sprinkle him in and get him up to speed and get him to learn and whatever. Well, now what? Deep end of the pool, Cleveland Browns, baby. Justin Fields v. Baker Mayfield. Here we go. Browns defense can pin their ears back? I don't know. Fields can escape that rush? I don't know. David Montgomery's, in my mind, a top 10 running back in this league. You could even push him up higher. Let's see. But this is what I'm saying. Get him going. Get him going. Because at some point, he's going to have to go, and that point's now. Wouldn't you have wished him to get in all these other reps? I know in theory the answer is yes, but in practicality the answer was no. We got to be smart about it, all that stuff.
Or he just wasn't ready.
How is he? That means if he wasn't ready in week 1, how is he ready now? How much studying on the sideline and film learning and all that stuff?
He's ready now because Andy Dalton's injured.
He's got to be ready now.
Well, he has no choice.
Correct.
In week 1, there was a choice. Like Albert said before, he's reading back play calls by memorization, not because he knows them.
And Jared Goff was needing a wristband.
Jared Goff's on a new team. I mean, I think it's not the same, but
well, what I'm saying is one quarterback is learning a system and learning a league. The other quarterback has learned the league already, but it's still learning a system and needs the crutch. Jared Goff, Cal Bear needed a crutch of a wristband, and even Peyton in the Manning cast was saying at some point he's got to get rid of that.
But he's a veteran in the league. I mean, he's been in the league 5 years.
We could literally parse this out down to the final syllable, but the concept of apples to apples being that there is a veteran that needs a crutch to actually call a play, and there's a kid that actually needs to be brought up to speed to have the ability to call a play, are the apples to apples that I'm pointing out right here. And there was a choice. I just thought it was the wrong choice. Did you think it was the right choice? Is that what you're intimating right here?
I'm just saying, like, if you're going to start the kid week 1, you don't have a veteran there, because then you always start the veteran. Coaches always do that. We've seen this for years and years and years.
Unless you draft him so damn high, and you've been waiting for a kid like this.
Also, though, we never saw practice. We don't know how he looked in practice.
Of course, and I know we're not there. I'm just saying you'd rather have him had that experience against Aaron Donald. They sprinkled him in a little bit all night long, getting his brains beaten in potentially here in Los Angeles. Would have been helpful. But now here we go. And I think he's never coming out. That's what I think.
It's done. It's a wrap.
Yeah, man. You're going to say, I mean, unless he is so overwhelmed and overmatched. I don't know.
That they have to hit the pause button.
I don't know. I mean, Zach Wilson looked so overwhelmed and overmatched, and I have no problem with them throwing him back in because they have no choice. I think the Bears really have no choice. Not just because the kid's
if the
Jets
had Andy Dalton would be starting.
No, I would be livid. Livid if that happened.
Because you realize the Jets probably aren't going to go very far, so he needs this time.
Livid.
Right?
This time is valuable. him getting his brains beaten in and being lit up by a 12-year-old on TikTok, which is apparently just is happening right now. Everybody's sending me this video. We'll show it later on here. That's helpful. All of it. The booze, helpful. All of it. The headlines, the 24/7, 365 roasting he might be taking locally in New York City. You're going to have to go through the lows, man. That's what I think. And if you can't handle it, you chose the wrong guy. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.